Welcome to my workplace at Ranaghat, West Bengal, India. This is a cataract with traumatic zonular defect from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 5 clock hours. Let us see how the surgery goes. This is the main incision at around 11 o'clock, and now I fill up the anterior chamber with visco. This is 2% HPMC. It has been applied over the corneal epithelium for better visibility. Now I am making two side ports. This is a side port at around 8 o'clock, another side port, this is at around 2 o'clock. Two side ports and one main wound. And now I have to do capsulorhexis. I need a sharp needle in this case, not the capsulorhexis forceps. So I take a 26 gauge needle, take a needle holder and bend this 26 needle and make it into a cystitome. And now I introduce the cystitome through the main wound. It should be placed at the center. The eyeball was tilted. I have used a tooth forceps to make the eyeball straight. And now I am cutting the capsule. It is going from center towards 8 o'clock because I am going to start the rhexis from the area where the zonule is okay. So here it goes. And now I come to the other side. We should be quite far from the area of zonular defect. So the rhexis should be on the smaller side. This is about a 4.5 millimeter rhexis. We have to manage. The cataract is not hard, so we should be able to manage this case with this size of rhexis. Visco again, and now I have asked for this spatula for hydro-free dissection up to the equator, separating the capsule from the lens mass up to the equator, going through the side ports, and using the two side ports I could do hydro-free dissection up to the equator 360 degree. And now I am placing a capsular tension ring. The leading end goes under the anterior capsular rim, and now we come to the other end. At this time I take a Sinskey hook in my left hand. McPherson's forceps holds the trailing end near the hole. The prong of the Sinskey hook goes through the hole and it places at around, the two ends are visible, they are at around 11 o'clock. And now is the time to manage the nucleus. I have taken the Prechopper designed by me and the nucleus sustainer, and I pre-chop the nucleus into two heminuclei. One heminucleus is okay. I got two heminucleus, and now as I try to rotate, my assistant reminds me that I have not done hydrodissection. I have done hydro-free dissection. So I take the hydrocannula, do hydrodissection, and now the lens mass is separate from its capsule. The nucleus and cortex is separate. Now I rotate the nucleus. It was not easy, but I could rotate it. Again visco comes out. Refill the AC with visco and take the Prechopper again, and I could divide this heminucleus into two. So, I have been able to divide the nucleus into two heminuclei, and then one heminucleus has been divided into two fragments. And now nucleus management now will be easy. Zonule is weak, so I will not have to use a lot of time in the antechamber. Lot of fluid pressure will not be there. Just going irrigating and aspirating at the same time. So I have managed two fragments, and now with manipulating with two instruments, the handpiece and the nucleus sustainer, I rotate the other heminucleus, divide it into two, and then emulsify. So this Prechopper helped this management of this soft cataract. I could have managed in other ways, but I find that this is a good way of managing the cataract with weak zonule. And now I am removing the epinucleus and part of cortex by the handpiece itself. I don't find this dangerous anymore. The control is coming to the hands, but this portion of the cortex, which is from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I am finding it difficult to remove by the handpiece. I come out, fill the antechamber with visco, and take a 23G Simcoe cannula and go through the right side port, and then through the left and start removing the cortex. You could easily remove the cortex. There is some cortex at around 5 o'clock. I'm finding it difficult to remove. So let it be there. Very small, thin fibers are there. I like a quote from Dr. Uday, who says, "Perfection is enemy of very good. Sometimes it is wise to be good and not try to be perfect." So we should always listen to our intuition that says, be safe and don't try to be perfect. Enlarging the main wound so that the B cartridge goes easily a bit into AC, and the lens can be delivered in the bag. And I want to place this haptic, trailing haptic, right here. I don't want to rotate the nucleus because the zonular defect is from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and the haptic is covering that area. There is a support by CTR. This trailing haptic of the intraocular lens will give additional support to this defective area. And now is the time to remove the visco. I have used Simcoe for some time. Now I ask for bimanual irrigation aspiration to remove visco. Bimanual irrigation aspiration is used to remove lot of visco. I am trying to remove some fibers from 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, but then I found that it is difficult and stopped. Better to remain good and not try to be perfect sometimes. And now I am closing the side ports, hydrating corneal stroma, and air bubble is maintaining the anterior chamber. And now I inject triamcinolone acetate and check if there is any vitreous strand anywhere in the anterior chamber. And I find that there is no vitreous strand in the SE. And now I find that the intraocular lens and the capsular bag is placed anteriorly. So at this time I am asking for the irrigation cannula of bimanual IA. I want to depress this lens and the bag towards vitreous cavity and see what happens. As I do that, I find that the lens and the capsular bag is nicely placed posteriorly, and here we can conclude the case. The patient is doing very well postoperatively. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. It will help you in managing situations where there is zonular defects.